first hunt of the year, and we're heading to Kansas. It's 90 degrees, and something about going down there, and it's gonna be tough, don't get me wrong, but hunting for big whitetails on that summer pattern just gets me fired up. And I got my daughter with me, and we're going down there to meet up with Young Guns and the kids that they're bringing. It's always exciting. Come along, let's head to Kansas. See, this house is gonna do it, okay? I'm gonna do it different this time, okay? No, wait till I tell you. All right, you ready? Jump. See that? Well, guys, we're kicking off a brand new episode of Buck Ventures, and where we always do it, we go to Kansas for early youth season, and that's what we're gonna do this year. We're going up, and we're just going to friends. We're going to Randy Jennist. We're going to Josh Austin's place. We're meeting up, as we always do, with Young Guns. Young Guns is an organization that Nate Young started years ago, him and his son Chase. It's an organization all about nothing to do with them. It's all about them finding people to take hunting. You know, people, they are down on their luck. Maybe they have family problems.
And I was super excited because I had been on this hunt the year before, and I had so much fun. I loved getting to meet the kids that came up there, and I had a great time when they came up there, so I was pretty excited to go this time.
Gonna make y'all look bad. Oh, she almost did.
This is my favorite hunt of the year. I can't wait to get up there and get back with Randy and Josh. You know, they have become two of my good friends. And Nate from Young Guns, this is a great organization. I've been blessed to be part of this hunt for several years now, and to be able to incorporate my son Grayson into this hunt, it's become a life experience for us.
Made it to camp. First camp of the year, 2017. Trying to get a few organic things to eat healthier, but it's tough out here. And we ain't been here 10 minutes, and I'm already fixing to start throwing stuff in the can cooker here. We're gonna get it rolling. Some new potatoes. Fixing to cut up some sausage. Oh, it's hot. You know, Nate started the process this year, and he started, you know, having people apply, and he picked out a couple young men from there in Utah, one of them being a young man that had a prosthetic leg.
When Nathan was born, he didn't have a fibula in his right leg, and because it never grew, he only grew half his ankle bones, and he only had 3 toes. Here, me and my wife we're 21 and 19 years old, and here's our little guy, and the doctor comes in and he says, you know, looking at what I can see, your son has fibular dysplasia. We recommend in about a year amputating his foot and fitting him for a prosthetic. I'll never forget the look on my wife's face that day, and my wife's eyes were just full of tears, and I didn't realize this was gonna be tough.
I mean, and I've had it since before I could remember, so, I mean, I've never known what it's like to have 2 feet, so I wouldn't be able to compare it to anything.
When I watched you go up the stairs the other night, it didn't seem like it slowed you down any. I realized pretty much right off the bat with Nathan, he wasn't handicapped. He used a prosthetic leg, and he ran around and got around like anyone else. You know, the other young man we had in, his name was Parker Bryan. You know, Parker Bryan, he didn't have anything physically wrong with him. And getting to know Parker, he just had to grow up so soon.
When I was younger, my parents got divorced. My mom got married again, and we moved to Lehigh. And she had 1 kid with my younger brother. And my mom and stepdad had been doing drugs.
His parents were mom, stepdad, second stepdad, boyfriends, all of them were in and out of jail the whole time. Parker's been bounced around from house to house, grandma, grandpa. So finally, you know, just a month or two ago, decided that he wanted to live with us, and you know, we're glad to take him in. You know, finally got some stability in his life.
Whoa.
We're here at Josh's and we're all gonna sight our guns in.
Parker's gonna shoot, Chase is gonna shoot, Nathan's gonna shoot, Grayson's gonna shoot.
You know, it's not only good to get the practice in, but also to help with them kids and getting them used to the gun.
We had these Bergaras, these CVAs, and we were getting them dialed in. And these boys could shoot. You could tell right off the bat, we weren't gonna have to probably worry about these boys being able to hit a deer. It was just gonna be more up to us getting a deer in front of them.
We just got done shooting, and so now we're gonna run out. We gotta pop a game winner blind up in a spot I know pretty well. It's really, really close. It's on the same farm that last year I had an encounter and passed a pretty good little 4-year-old buck, pretty farm. I like it a lot. Standing corn. We just got to get a blind up for Grayson and me and Trey to get into.
Yeah, I'll put it right there. It's that time now where the focus is shifting a little bit, and we're like, okay, now we got to figure out that wind. We got to figure out this farm. We got to figure out how we're going to get in there with these camera guys, how we're going to set up. See, I think he can shoot everything right there.
And I usually spend a lot of time with Randy and Josh. This year I got behind the 8-ball a little bit. I had a lot of farming to do, and I wasn't able to make it up there. And luckily for me, they had put out several cameras, and I was able to just kind of base my ideas and theory off of what the covert showed for them.
Good job. All right, come on. So we're heading out tonight. We have a good plan for everyone.
Pretty excited to go hunt whitetail tonight. Never hunted whitetail, it ought to be a good time. They say there's some big ones out there.
Exciting, happy to go.
That anticipation is so great. And I know it's great for the kids. I mean, they're not sleeping at night, they can't wait.
So we're gonna go, Hal and Parker's gonna go down this way. He's gonna go get in his blind, then I think we're gonna head this way, get into our blind so we can get set up before the deer come out so we can get a deer, hopefully tonight. I have my shooting vision from year to year, and hopefully the buck will walk down this way, so I'll be able to get a clear shot at him from on the dirt. We just got into the stands. We already have deer in front of us, and I'm excited to see what tonight holds. We gotta kill something big.
Thank you, Freedom Boy. Oh, that sweaty smell. There's a camera down there on that road. It's got a couple really nice deer on it. They're using that road out and this tree row out to get in here. They're bedding all over in this CRP. And that wind feels good right now. It's not blowing very much, but we'll get a little breeze every once in a while. The deer are right there. We're literally kind of on the high point of this circle. And them deer are coming out in that corner. You know, they'll cut that corner off a lot over here and go to the cornfield. So pretty excited. Here.
I've been with people that were hunting before. I thought it was pretty cool. I think one time I went with him and I got to gut the deer with him. So that was the first time I did that. I thought it was pretty cool. It was quite a few years ago though. So, I mean, I'd always liked hunting, but I never really done it on my own.
Oh, it's big. Oh, boy. Turn sideways. I got a perfect view. I got him.
Load one.
For all you hard-working Americans, we make this ammo for you. American trusted, American made. Buffalo Cartridge Company.
Josh's text buck down. He'd go 5 yards and stop and feed, and he's like, "Can I shoot him? I'm on him. I can hit him." "No, let him come a little closer." Josh wanted him to get a little closer, so finally when he got within less than 100 yards.
My heart was racing when I was shooting. You know, I had to like slow down. I breathe.
Load one, load one, load one, load one.
I just shot one. We just shot a big buck that was coming in. I think I hit him on the first shot. He started running, so I shot him again.
There's people that got the same problems you got. So, I mean, is there anything, you know, that you can just say, this is how I got through it, or this is what I would tell you?
Things will get better, you know, life will move on. You just try not to think about all the bad things, you know, focus on what's good and try to find something to, you know, anchor yourself to. Just try to focus on that and treasure all the good things you have.
But we gotta kind of keep it down because Nate's just right over there and he's still hunting tonight and there's still does and a couple fawns and a little buck over there. That's a great job, Parker.
Yeah, thanks.
Are you happy?
Oh, yeah.
What'd you think when he was coming in?
I thought he was massive. I only seen the horns. I thought they were pretty big, so. Oh, yeah.
He's got good character, he's got velvet.
I was kind of looking to shoot a velvet buck, so. I like to thank the Young Guns and Josh and Randy and my Uncle Cody for bringing me on the trip and put me in for it.
Really appreciate everything everybody's done here.
Yeah.
There's a big buck coming. He's a goofy little 7-pointer. Yeah. He is an 8-point, yeah. He don't like getting on the bone, does he?
You know, for us, it doesn't seem that much when we're used to it, but for a kid like that, you know, he was ready to pull the trigger pretty quick. Just, it took a long time for that deer to get in a spot where he had the perfect shot.
Squeeze.
him. Oh, I got him.
You got him, man. Watch him. Watch him. Watch him. He's gonna go down right there.
Yes, he's down.
What do you think of that, buddy?
Oh, yeah. I just shot him. Oh, dear. Still in the helmet.
I love you.
Love you.
It wasn't dark. I mean, I can still see right now, so. What's that land right there? Right there he is, buddy. Hey.
I smoked him.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
I'm so glad to be blessed with this buck. It's an awesome buck.
We're blessed and honored to be able to come up here and do this with a group called Young Guns. You know, Nate puts on an incredible deal he does there for some young individuals who never have the opportunity, and Mr. Randy and Josh are such a huge part of that. It's absolutely incredible. We can't thank them enough. We're honored and blessed to be here. I mean, now I was over his shoulder, but for 8 years old, he did it all on his own, and I'm so proud of him. I mean, he smoked that deer. That CBA just smoked him. I'm jealous. Can I have this one?
No.
No? Well, what are you gonna do? What are we gonna do with this one? Are we gonna mount him?
Full body mount.
No, I don't think so. I don't think Mommy would like that. 1, 2, 3. Well, lo and behold, we get back trying to surprise everybody, and here everybody's got surprises for us. Congratulations, buddy. That's awesome. Good job. That's your first animal, isn't it? Man, you're spoiled now. You don't get too many whitetail and velvet.
As I come into camp that night, you know, Jaylee's got her deer down.
I knew better get along.
Grayson's got a great buck in full velvet down, and Parker's got a great buck down in full velvet. That's unbelievable. You can't even imagine. So many times when you come into those deer camps, it can get away from you. You know, you have these kids coming in with great anticipation, and you sure don't want to let them down. And it's not just about going out in the field and harvesting deer. You got to learn how to take care of them. We were getting them skinned out, we're getting them caped out, we're taking care of that meat. And it's something that I always like having those kids there, and they can be able to learn how to cape a deer, how they can learn how to cut up deer and make sure to do it right. To take our game from the field to the freezer, we depend on sharp, reliable knives to get the job done fast. That's why at Buck Ventures, we choose Outdoor Edge.
I'm so glad to be blessed with this buck.
That's unbelievable. You can't even imagine.
Congratulations, buddy. That's awesome. Good job.
Well, coming on the second day, I think everyone had it in that we sure enough wanted to make sure that we had the best effort going for Nathan. Well, got a little update for you. We've been doing good, and my main man right here, Nathan, got on one tonight.
Yeah, I can see it. He's got my track. Yeah, I'd missed this buck, so I was feeling a little bit disappointed. I mean,
But, why don't you tell us what happened after that?
oh, an hour later, another buck came out. But it walked out and it had its butt facing towards us. And Nate was hollering at it. I mean, it would not turn for anything. Eventually, it turned about a quarter away. And I realized I was a little bit back.
You said, I was talking to Nate a while ago, and he said, I said, boy, it's gonna be a sleepless night. And he said, yeah, I'm not going to sleep tonight.
No blood. I think the best thing we can do is we're just gonna have to everybody spread out.
How much did you cover?
We went through here looking all over for blood.
I think I see that stump sticking up over there.
Yeah.
See the rag sticking up.
Yeah. That's a monster.
Come on, give me some. Hey. Yeah. All right.
Well, they come in here this morning and found this giant. He shot this deer last night and was a little bit back, but guts will get him every time if you can find them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This your first whitetail?
It is. It's my first deer, period.
You're kind of spoiled, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
What do you think, Nate?
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Awesome buck. Awesome buck.
It's been an awesome week here, really has, with Parker, and I mean, Jaylee got a nice one, Grayson got a nice one. We still got Chase, which he always waits till the last minute.
He always waits till the last minute.
Yeah.
So.
Well, man, what a time up there in Kansas with young guns, with, you know, Randy and Josh and Nate and Chase. I can't say thank you enough for allowing us to be part of this. And I want to congratulate Parker and Nathan for great deer, and then just for everyone. The camaraderie is where it all came together like it does every year. Well, this week's Walk by Faith, I want to open up the Bible to Matthew 14, and we're going to start in verse 27. Basically, this is when the disciples are out on the lake. Jesus has been up praying. It's like midnight, and all of a sudden, the disciples wake up, and they see this guy walking on the water right towards them. Can you imagine? And basically, in verse 27, as they're hollering, Jesus says, "But Jesus immediately said to them, 'Take courage, it is I, don't be afraid.' And then he says, 'Lord, if it's you,' Peter replied, 'tell me to come to you on the water.' And he said, 'Come.' Then Peter got down out of the boat, walked on the water, and came towards Jesus. But when he saw the wind, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried out, 'Lord, save me.'" And you know what? We're going to see wind. We're going to see rain. We're going to have things happen to us in this lifetime, this world. And my deal as I read this and so many other verses like it in the Bible is we are to keep our eyes on Christ, keep our eyes on Him, that we should be serving others as we keep our eyes on Christ. Remember, as we always say, shoot by sight, walk by faith.